Hello, and we are back with some more Satisfactory Let's Play. So I am currently working on trying to redo my power infrastructure here. I'm going to be using this pure oil node that I have fully overclocked this oil extractor on, so it should be producing 600, which is enough to fill 20 of these guys. Hopefully it actually fully produces that. I could always bleed off some oil from one of the other ones. If not, we're eventually going to be getting rid of this so we can add more if we need to. So I'm trying to figure out my setup here. I was originally going to have them all facing inwards. I could have them all face outwards, but it makes where the inputs line up kind of weird. Though, if I had the main line run down here and then branch off, it might not be too bad. That might be better. Because I could... let's test this real quick. So that's inline, but we want the inputs on that side. And, ooh. Let's go ahead and flip. Let's get rid of this guy. Flip this around. Okay, so to have these line up, and I make these line up with where the train is at. Not make me happy. So, crap, right on the power over here. How much further can I move this over? Smidge. I think we're gonna do that. Let's try this real quick. So if we moved you over like there, and you there. Let's line this up. Like that. That's what we could do. Do that. Actually, that would only need to be this junction right here. And then I can bleed off the items. That. And those items can come this way. This will be the heavy oil residue because we're going to be using the heavy oil residue. I think this could work. And then we would take a Mark II part pipeline. There. Yeah. I don't like that. Try that again. Mark II pipeline. No. Too far. Right there. There we go. Mark II pipeline. Up and over. Type is too long. Of course it is. Into that. And I'll change all the colors of that. Yes, I like that a lot better. So let's get rid of all of these. And we're just going to do that. So we have 20 of them. So we'll come back once we have this part done. We got the first section done. So like I said, this pipe's going to come through. It feeds all 20 of these guys. Like I said, hopefully I don't need to kill off any of these. Or, maybe I can bleed off some oil from that guy back there. Anyway, so these are all connected through. We've got our out pipes to get rid of our polymer resin. So we're going to be having 200 polymer resin per minute come out and 400 heavy oil residue. That's not right. I have 20 of these, right? Yeah. So 800 oil residue, 400 poly resin. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is we're going to be using the blender. And I'll show you why. Because I think it was the last episode we got the diluted fuel. And using 50 oil residue. Let's see, we've got, again, how much did I say we're going to be getting? We're going to be getting 800. Is the math going to be friendly here? 800 divided by 50 is 16. 16 blenders. And then we'll figure out the water. That'll feed up to 16 blenders, which will be making this fuel. And again, 16 times 100, 1600 fuel per minute. And again, if we come back over here to this, each one of these takes 12 per minute. I can feed almost 134. That is going to be some overkill. But hey, let's do it. Why not? Why not? Am I going to end up with 133? I mean, let's just... I got to overclock some of these, I guess. But, so 133... Call it 133. 133 times 150. That's actually not as much power as I was thinking. It's only 20,000. I say only. That's well above my max consumption. But, kicking these on will add to that. So when we come back, I'll come back once we've got the blender part all set up. So we'll see you there. Alright, time to show what we have so far. So we already, I kind of did a little bit more down here. We've got the output for the poly resin. It's going to come out. Wraps around this side as well, pulling from here. We've got all our pipes. They are all feeding. I need to change the color of this pipe. But they are all feeding all the way down to this end. I'm going to fall here in a second. Okay. To over here. We got 2 pipes going up. Each one should roughly be producing 400 meters cubed heavy oil residue. Or, sorry, 40. So, is that 160? Am I not calculating that right? No, I should be getting 40 per minute. Okay. So anyway, that's all traveling up and in. We do have the pumps up there pushing it. Alright. Then over here, these are the water pumps for our blenders. They are all overclocked to 200%. Basically, I'm needing at minimum 400 water to go through these sets of pipes. So I needed a total of 1600 water. You can see that's why we've got the 4 branching paths here. Each one's technically producing 480, but, we've got the pumps to help push it along. And we got the pumps over here to help pull it or push it upwards. Now I might have to replace these pumps for Mark II pumps. We'll see. I was hoping ones would be enough for that section. Okay, let's go up to the blender area. I still need to finish putting in walls. But anyway, so here is our blender area. That's where the heavy oil residue comes up from the bottom. Water's coming in from right there. Heavy oil residue is going to feed into these buffers first. I thought about just bypassing the buffers altogether, but then decided just to go ahead. And then they are feeding into these blenders that are also overclocked to 200%. So if I did my math right, I think I figured I could handle 16 blenders. There really was no clean way to do that. So I decided then to do this setup. Now, it means each one of these are producing 200 per minute, which now makes me realize that this setup over here is not going to work, because by the time we hit here, we're going to have 400 fluid, and these can only hold 5, right? 6. So A would be completely filled before we even hit this, so this would never pump out. So I need to reconfigure that. We'll see how I'm going to do that. I don't know if I can fit another fluid buffer up there, or I might just get rid of this buffer altogether. Let these come down, drop down into the floor just one level, and come out there. Or we can put the power plants over here. I haven't decided where the power plants are going to go just yet. But I do have another idea. So one of the issues I'm running into is how to handle this little section right here. Because as you can see, is if I put in walls, we're going to clip right through here. And I don't want that. Not for the train tracks. I think I could work on straightening this out a little bit, and that might help. But what I also think might be cool, especially because, you know, we do have the ability to produce fuel over here too, would be to make a tunnel that goes around here, but provides walkway access to the underneath and above the tunnel to the opposite side where my other fuel side could be. Or I could make it to where this is where all the fuel generators go. But as you can see, it's already taken up a lot of space, as is. So I'm not 100% on that. But I have the ability to make even more fuel over there, because I do have that somewhere over here. I don't see it. It's behind these. Behind this. I've got that oil node over there. So I'm not 100% how I'm going to make that work just yet. Like I said, that's my thought, though, is try to straighten this up just a tiny bit, if possible. And then I think that'll look nice. It'll work out really well. God, I can just see how goofy that looks. I think I can fix that. Anyway, so that's kind of my plans. Like I said, I don't know what we're going to do about where we're going to put the fuel generators. Over this way, maybe? Because then we could feed the fuel lines over to... We could have a multi-tiered fuel system. This is basically the start of my fuel factory right here. So that's kind of where we're at with things. Yeah, I might have to ditch these buffers. But I'm going to show that part. We'll come back once we have at least the start of some fuel generators ready to go up. Because one of the other issues we're going to run into is I do not have enough at this moment um, computers to do this, so I have to hand make some computers because I don't have that computer factory yet. Part of why I'm doing this fuel factory so I could afford the power to do a computer factory. So I'm going to need to start making quite a few fuel generators by hand, or computers by hand, to make this work. How many fuel generators am I going to make? I don't know. At first, it may just be a couple, and I'll overclock the crap out of them. And then as I add more, start taking out some of those power shards. That'll probably be the easiest way to do it. We'll see. But what we're looking at right now. So when we have some fuel generators set up, we'll start turning all this on, because right now all the switches are off. So that way we can see the magic happen together. So when we come back, hopefully we can get the power going. Okay, I think we are finally ready to show what we got. I still haven't finished all the walls and stuff yet, but I wanted to get this power going. So first things first, let's hook up our oil extractor. So this thing's going to hopefully be pumping out 600 crude oil per minute. Just now feeding down the line. We're going to need to do something with the polymer resin. Let's, for right now, very quickly, I just thought about that. We're going to eventually be turning that into probably like rubber and plastic. But for right now, right through this stuff, whatever. Okay, it's temporary. It's temporary. Alright, so that should be pumping into these. Why didn't you turn? Yeah. Alright, so we got oil in here, right? Yep. Alright, so we need to turn these bad boys on. So this is for our heavy residue refinery. And turn them on. We're going to see really quickly, we're going to be pushing oh, we never did power our awesome sink. Perfect. Alright, so now we've got heavy residue. Heavy oil residue. Pumping through. Sweet. So the next thing we want to do, get out of here, is we need to turn on our water pumps and our actual pumps. So this is our pumps and water pumps. So let's turn this bad boy on. Are you not connected to anything? You are not. You are now. Alright, so these bad boys should begin pumping water. We should be pretty close to redlining here. We are. We might actually have to start drawing from our batteries. Ooh, look at that. But now these should be receiving water, and they are. Pumps are starting to work. Awesome. Whew, it's looking close. Alright. So now let's come up into here. Let's get our blenders turned on. This is where things are going to get scary for a second. On. Blenders. Why have we not gotten our heavy oil residue yet? Okay, we are not receiving heavy oil residue. What is going on? Why are these guys not pumping? Okay, it says they are. So what is going on here? Let's try something. Let's redo these pipes. Well, what the heck? Alright, let me give me a second to figure this out. Alright, I got it figured out, I think. What I needed to do was I just had to, the pipes that go below, I don't think were linked up right. So these ones that are right here. But we can see that we are now receiving oil down this end. And if we come to these blenders, they are getting both. Why are we not getting a full amount here? Do I need to put a pump here? There we go. Now we're getting it. Okay. Okay. Alright. Looking good. Looking good. So these are catching up. Okay, so the fuel is all flowing to here, which we have we're gonna have two sets of fuel generators coming across that way. So these are all pumping now. Alright, we're going to start overclocking these, because it seems that that is definitely needed. Come up here and throw some power shards in these. Good thing we had those batteries. All right. So we need to work on getting more computers made so that we can get more generators. There we go. So we're currently producing 6,350. Okay, we should be good to dump another power shard into this one, and another power shard into this one for the time being. Now we'll actually remove those as we make more fuel generators, because you can see we're not actually getting the full target megawatt efficiency. If I pull those out, do we get down to the 150? We do. So it does seem to be more beneficial to not overclock these and instead just have them more. But that is our current setup. Yeah, we can see we're definitely producing more than enough of everything, and as we get more of these fuel generators up and going, that will help with things. Because unfortunately what's going to end up happening, these are going to back up with heavy oil residue. I don't know why he was not producing. That was kind of weird. Eventually these are going to back up with heavy oil residue, and they will stop producing until more fuel has been used. So that's going to put a kink in the line of this, especially if I want to turn this into like a rubber factory, which I am considering doing, but baby steps at this point. Let's get more of the factory up and running, more fuel generators. Because once we get the more fuel generators going, we can then in turn get the computers automated. So that's kind of my next goal at this point, is basically to get more fuel generators up and going. We're currently at what? So 6 over here. I think I need to extend that part out a little bit more. In theory, I think I can get a total of 5 on each row. So it'd be 10, 20. And then, you know, obviously I can extend further this way. I can definitely go further out that way. But we'll see how I kind of want to do that. But this is my current setup at this point in time. This might end up feeding both of these. And then like having this line come down, I extend further this way to feed the fuel generators over there in a new line. But we can definitely make this work. We can make this happen. We got plenty of growing room. I can always obviously redo the tracks as well. Maybe make that connect further out over that way. But we got to start. This is our new, will be our new fuel factory. And like I said, we can eventually kind of copy this design over there. Make a little tunnel to connect the two sides, to bridge the two sides so the train runs through the tunnel. I think that'd be really neat. And, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So like I said, just need to get some more computers to make this work, and then we'll have something kind of fun happening. So we're going to go ahead and call this one here. All I did was I worked on a new fuel setup, but I like it. It's neat. It's fun. I haven't done anything like this before. I've actually never used the blenders before. This is my first time using the blenders. So you can see it being mixed and sloshed up there. So awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, if you like what you saw, if you'd like to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be amazing. And until then, we'll see you next time.